You know?
Yeah.
Should I say something that'll make you smile and probably piss off a lot of my friends? One of the things that I always find annoying and also humorous about our American friends is this whole Cold War remnant understanding of what socialism is. There are very few Americans that actually know what socialism is. It's not communism. Okay? And there are lots of examples of good socialist systems. What socialism actually means is when the government works for the masses and not for the individuals.
Right.
But that's just something that you can't get historically into an American head because it's so easy to
label.
This is the ringer statement that will pit. You know what the largest socialist organization in the world is?
No.
The U.S. military.
Yeah, that's a good point.
and another thing, and then the same vein, so what does that mean? They'll give everybody a chance. They don't care if you're a high school dropout or whether you have a college degree or not. They're gonna make the most out of you, right? Be all you can be, and they'll treat you fairly, and they'll give you the GI Bill, and they'll give you benefits, and they'll give you a square meal. I mean, the consequences that you have to pay for it potentially with your life or with your health, but even then you'll get VA benefits and stuff like that. So this is, if people and everybody and the military is holy in the United States. If you say anything against the military, you can never become a politician. I wouldn't say anything against the military, but it's the largest socialist organization in the world, hands down. Okay. By the way, every government.
By the way, go back to that. Go back to our earlier conversation around if you surround yourself with sycophants, you'll never improve. I think that there's a lot of issues with the military that need to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also the whole spending thing. So that's one thing I would say, and this is another thing that I've never found even with people that I'm really close with. So you kind of addressed the issue that one of the problems we have with. I said it, but you kind of expanded on it. The concept that the way the system is built in the United States is theoretically for sale because lobbyists contribute funding. A lot of the legislation is not written by politicians. It's not even read by politicians. It's undersigned by industries.
Correct.
And to think that an industry has a moral compass, anybody who thinks it has a moral compass doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. And that's what government is for, is to stand up to industry, which I don't think it's doing sufficiently because it's on the take. So I'm going to give you an example. I don't know exactly what the number. What does the American president earn a year? Is it 250,000?
250, I think it is. Yeah.
Do you know what the mayor of Austria, the mayor of Vienna, the capital of Austria, where I live, earns?
How much?
350.
Wow.
A city with 1.8 million.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I would, if I had any political say, if I could influence, this is what I say. We need to get money out of politics, and the only way to do that, I would ban lobbyists from DC.
I think that's a great idea.
I would up the salary of every senator and every congressman, every governor, every president. I would give them $1 million plus, right? Because we Americans have no problem if a CEO that sucks gets a severance package of $200 million because we say he's worth it even if he's a douchebag, right? But if you say, our politicians should get decent money, oh no, it's an honor to serve your country. And then, this is another thing which I find surprising. What does a senator earn? Approximately the same, but a lot of them retire as millionaires. How does that work? Now, you want to hear a reactionary, real Republican statement that nobody's going to undersign, but I'm going to kind of go over the top here. I would use the Chinese principle. I would say any politician, Democrat or Republican, where you go home to them and you find gold bars in their closet with Saudi stamps on it, okay? I would court-martial. I would take him to court for treason. And I'm going to go over the top here. I would have them stand in front of a firing squad and let their family pay for the bullets. Now, that's a crass statement, and I don't really mean it that harsh. But you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
And every time I say this to, all the hardcore Republicans, they think, oh, you're crazy. I'm crazy? I mean, this is principle based.
Crazy. What's happening right now is crazy.
What's happening now is crazy, and nobody has a problem with it.
Yeah.
We are all kind of in collusion. Even the voters are in collusion because we don't demand better.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And this is, I said I have issues with some of the ways that the military is operating now.
Yeah.
The very idea that we nearly had mass hysteria in the military among people that refused to take COVID shots. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. This is the military.
Yeah.
I had so many things shoved in my arms when we went to Saudi Arabia. Hey, this is good order and discipline has not ruled the day of late. Yeah. We've got to return to that. In the society side of the house, we have, brother's keeper, onto the least of us. We have got to think about these things more. We have got to start thinking about the community that we live in, the planet that we live on, the people that we live with, and try to make it better. And there is a role for every single person in that. You said earlier that if everybody knew the truth, then in many cases we'd be ousting the leaders.
Yeah.
And things would change. Well, that may, it's sort of like maybe that's the thing that has to happen if we're going to stop this freight train of these dictatorial wannabes growing across the world.
So to get away from my originally maybe over the top polemic statement about holding people accountable, let's leave it. Let's make it emotionally intelligent and say, okay, but